I built this census to Fahrenheit converter when I was starting out back in 2022. So I want to share with you guys what it's all about. So this is it. This is the app. So it's a census converter to Fahrenheit. So let's say, for example, I put in a number here, maybe 25 census, then wait for it. It's calculating. So this is the answer here. Let's check out another one again. Maybe 36, let's see. Okay, let me clear this out. Let's say I try to calculate something, a number that is not there. It's giving me, please check your number. So within 5 seconds, the thing's gonna go out and all of that. If I do the same thing, it's gonna give me this. All right, so let me walk through guys how I did it and everything. So let's head back to my Visual Studio Code and let's look at the code that comprise of all this you are seeing. So I'm here now in my Visual Studio Code. So this is the HTML. This is a template. This is what we are seeing. Actually, this interface right now. So I actually built this using Bootstrap. This is Bootstrap. You can look at it, the background, the everything. So bootstrapping. So this is the everything. This is the CD I'm using for the Bootstrap census calculator. And this is the styles I use to do all those things, just inline styles, since it's just one page app like that. So I built this. This is the HTML. Then this is the ID which I use to target my input and everything. This is my calculate button. Then this is the loading area. This loading that you guys are seeing. That's here. This thing that's popping up. There's actually a GIF image. So leave it here. So this is the thing there. So this is it. This is a GIF image here. You guys are seeing. So still back on this same app that we have here. So the width of the GIF is 200 by 200, and the results that you guys are seeing here that comes up. Okay, let me just put a number there. Calculate this result that is here. Yeah, this result here is powered by this here that you guys are seeing. The result, the answer, disabled in the sense that nothing can be done there. So nothing can be edited from there. It's disabled. That's why it's showing that. So now let's look at the main thing there, the code there, the app itself, which is the JavaScript thing, which is the main thing here I want to show you guys. So now this is the constant load form. I'm targeting get element by ID, the load form. The load form is coming from this place, this form here, this form group. See, it has the ID of load form where I was able to do this. Let me clear out this. I was able to do this. So this here, where I put the numbers and everything. So it's coming from this form group, input form. It has a margin bottom of 3. Input form group there is basic. I don't see this way. I haven't seen it has to do with this that is here and all of that. So the input field now is number. That was why I was having this. You can slot increase and decrease all of that. Then the form control from Bootstrap, like I said, it has an ID of census, the placeholder census number, which we are seeing. I believe I clear this out. Yeah, census number. It shows you there. So they also have what the div group with a value, which is calculate. This we are seeing here. So now we have seen the where this census is coming from, the ID, which is the load form, which we have seen, where it's coming from here, from the ID. Now I added an event listener to it so that it will listen whenever somebody submits a form to it. So there's event that I'm submitting there. I'm using is submit, because once you click here, it submits the form submit. So added a function to listen to the submit event. So when somebody submits, now what am I looking at? I'm trying to get the result that is targeting now. This result, because by default is hidden. We cannot see the result here, so it's hidden by default. So when somebody submits that thing, so the result is by default is displayed to none, which is the style.display to none. So now the loader itself is what hidden. The loading style dot is displayed to what block, which is this. So the timer for the loader is what 2000 milliseconds. So I prevented it from what submitting by prevent default from submitting all of that. Then I call the function here calculate result. I will get to this very soon, so you guys will see what this is doing. So I actually what I called it out from here. So this is my UI variables. So here I have to what pull out the census which is coming from this place. Where is it again? Where did I put that thing again? The census. Mm, coming. Let me locate, man. That's really longer. This okay. This is number, yeah, from here census, where people type in the census, which is this box here. So I called it out using this variable. So it's getting whatever that is being typed inside, whatever that the census box holds. Then the answer, which is giving me from here, from the result place now, which is this ID, the answer, called it out too. I was able to grab the value that will be typed in there too. Now, this is how you compute the census value. You know, when I was actually researching this, I actually thought it was that difficult, but I had to go online to check for the formula to convert census to Fahrenheit. So let me show you how I was able to get it from here. So look at it here. So I usually use the traditional formula. Right now, I just looked at it. So they have the super easy formula, but this one I use census to Fahrenheit. So this is it now from here. You say Fahrenheit, which is degree 0 to this times 1.8 plus 32. So now the census times 1.8 brackets close plus 32. The formula I use. So let me show you guys how I was able to compute that. So I first was initiated this Fahrenheit. I first initiated using what let keywords because I can declare it like more than 2 or 3 times here. So I use constant because this is would be a number that will not change. The census value is what pass float. Now, what is pass float for you guys who might have forgotten? So let's still check. I have to open it up here, pass float, so we can read through. Now, the pass float function converts its first argument to a string. It pairs that string as a decimal number literal and returns the number or null. So, but let's look at this one now. What is pass float in JavaScript? The pass float function converts its first argument, same thing, to a string and passes that string to a decimal number. So for some of you asking what that function does, this is what it does for me. Now, the census.value, what does that mean? Now remember, actually what initiated the census, which is the value that is coming from here. So I need the value from there. So that was I pass flow it now. Whatever that is coming from there, I need a value from there to be the census number for me. Now the census converter now is what 1.8, which we saw from here, which is this here 1.8 that is coming from there. Then now the Fahrenheit, now to convert it to Fahrenheit, which is this normal, this is this function that you are seeing here now. It is the census number, which we said it is this one, census number. That is whatever the user types into this box plus times, which is what is here, times this 1.8, which I initiated here as the census converter, plus 32, which is coming from here. So that is the formula. So after I've actually done that now, so let me check if the number is a finite number. That means if it's actually what a value. Now what's a finite? Let's see. The is finite function is that means whether a value is finite. That's first converting a value to a number if necessary. So finite if it's a number. So you first check whatever the user type, is it a number there? So we use the if statement to evaluate this. If is finite, that is the Fahrenheit. That is the Fahrenheit now, which is this now. The answer dot value will be what equals to Fahrenheit dot 2 fist. two face what? Two decimal places. Let's look at what we have here. Let's say we have 20. Enter. Two decimal places. You can see dot 00. That is where that two face is coming from. Now, if it's finite, it will give us answer dot value then to this. Then to show us what the result. It will now the result now will come from what? The result. Because right now, if you remove this now, it's hidden. So if it is hidden, so now, but if the number is finite, it will show you guess the element result, which is it will show us now this result div which we created. I'll show you how I did it. So style display block. Initially, remember what we did before. Okay, the loader was the result was hidden before. That's at the event center. When I initiated the event listener before, it was hidden. But once the number is finite, it will display. That's why this property is now block. Now, after it displays, it will now need to hide the loader back, which is that div that's loading there. We hide it back because since it has shown the result, we don't need it to keep loading. We need to hide it. Now, if it evaluates this and this is not correct now, there is an error. It will show us that is where this else statement is coming from. Show error, which is please check your number, which is when I submit this now, it loads. It's not able to compute anything now. It will give now this show, please check your number that we have there. Now, this please show error function, I was able to do it. Now, let me show you how I did it. Now, this show error function, I use this word here. I give this name show error function, and it's taking what? A message as an argument. So it will hide the result. First of all, we need to hide the result. If it's going to show us an error, which means somebody did not type anything there, and definitely we don't need to share result for something that was not calculated. So what do we do now? We hide the result area. So now also we also need to hide the loader, because first of all, if nothing happens, we need to also hide the loader. We say document.get element by ID loading style.display none. Now it hides these two for us now. For me to be able to add this thing here, I as well created a div and did something like that. So I created a div constant. I call it count. This is the div name error div document.create elements. I call the element I'm creating as a div. Then I create the element now. Constant card, call it a card, document.query selector card. Now this card, now where is it coming from? It's coming from this place. Let's look at it here. I created using Bootstrap. Let's look at where I called it card. Yep. Look at it here. You can see it's at the top. It's at the top of the census calculator. See, after the name there. After the name is to show up here. So that's why I created the card there. Please check your number. So after I've created, now we'll give it a heading. Document.querySelector.what? Heading. What's the heading that is there? Now, like C.heading. Yeah. Look at it here. So we want to add it before the heading. That's what we inserted this here. Insert it. Document also what we want to get this heading. There is an element where it will be on top. We used it to get it. Now we added a class. Error.class name is alert. This alert is coming from Bootstrap. Alert.danger. So we added a test node. That means we are getting what the test which are saying, please check your number. This please check your number is a test node that we added inside. So error.append child, because we're putting it inside document.create test node. The message that is actually what's coming in, which is an argument here. We created I created it, then insert error before heading. That's what I said we need to add that error before the heading, which is the census calculator. which you are seeing here from here. So now, because remember it's a card which I created before. So I call it card.insert before. I'm inserting it before the heading. Now, which card am I inserting? Remember, the div I created was error div, which is here up here. Now I'm adding the error div before the heading, which is here. I'm adding, sorry guys, I'm adding the, please check your number before the census calculator. That's why, so you add the first, then before the element you want it to be on top. Then after 3 seconds, clear it out. That's why I set this timer. So the timer has a clear error function at 3000 milliseconds. So now look at the clear error function here. Function clear error, document.query selector, and moving the alert from there, dot remove function. So I remove this. There is a remove method. Sometimes I call it function, sometimes I call it method. So that's alert which I created. Remember, we added this here. Look at it here. So we remove the class. So it will no more show dots remove. That's why it's this. So basically, guys, this is very, very simple. You know, before I was able to get this, I had to struggle a lot to do this, you know. So tell me what you think about this project. Though it has been long, this is my first JavaScript project which I built, a census to Fahrenheit converter. So tell me what you think about this project. Comment below and give, maybe drop possible links of your past project and what you think about the project. All right, I'll see you guys soon. So let's check it out again. I don't know if I've messed it up. Let me see if I've messed it up. It's still going. Let's say, for example, I try to type in something. See, if I try to put in something, not a number, definitely it will not work out like that. So I appreciate you guys so well. Please subscribe to the channel. We're almost close to 400 subscribers. Support to the channel, subscribe, and give this video a thumbs up so that it will be pushed out for people who are looking for content like this. Thanks and bye for now. I'll see you guys on the next video. Thank you.